I had to remake this because of the old audio, but this is how you edit slash make gacha art like me. Credits aren't needed, but would be appreciated. So to start off, you need to take your screenshot first. Now, a few mistakes were made during the screenshot process. Remove the eyebrows, mouth, and take screenshot in blue / green screen. Or, just don't use any color that is black or close to black. But now you can enter Ibis Paint and then get rid of all background parts. Very important for you to do this. You should also make sure that the canvas size fits, which it did not fit, so I had to remake it. So duplicate the body layer, go into the effects option, change the layer color, change it to a dark shade matching the atmosphere or the character. I used purple because the character had purple on her. Adjust the opacity to your liking, but don't use multiply because that can just make it look bad. I messed something up again, but make sure there's anything you're going to draw on, jackets, accessories, something the character has but Gacha doesn't. Just make sure you remove what is in its place and then take the screenshots. Okay, hair editing. So take the lighter color on Yossi's hair or use a lighter shade of the hair. If the hair is white, keep it white, and if you want, use a saturated color for black. Make this shape. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of hard to describe, but yeah, copy what you see. It will take a few tries. It took me many, as you can see. And then do this on all the strands of hair, and don't use one across the whole piece of hair, and just make it on the strands. There's this other way, triangles, shape in the middle. I like to do a diamond / rhombus or a circle. You can attempt to do the other shape in it, but then it can just look weird and you're doing too much and stuff, or it just won't match up well. So I just try to stick to having it look like that. Yeah. Silence again. So do the same shapes at the bottom of all the hair strands, and then just continue to do this all along the hair. And then speed up. Yay. Okay, now that you're done with that, put on the add effect, and then in the blending mode, adjust till it's good. Yeah, so some people like to do that thing on the hair, but in my editing style, I was going to do that, and then I realized, no, that won't really work. But don't do this for lighting. There is a better way that you can do that will actually match how the lighting would work. To put thin streaks on parts of the hair from where the lighting is coming from. Mine was just coming from the general top of the character. So I put it on the lines near the top of the character. And then, yay, much better. This part is optional, by the way, so now for streaks of hair, there's a brush coat I will give at the end. Now, select the hair color and put an outline color and add your loose hairs. If you want the loose hairs to not be in the, to be coming off of the head, then just, you gotta do that before you add on the shadow. Now, if there's a gradient, just select the parts of the hair for the gradient, and then use the second hair color and just put the gradient at the bottom. It may take a few tries to match it up well, but this way it will look better, look more natural to the character. There's multiple ways that you can select it. I wasn't thinking because I put it on the same layer, I think, so yeah. And then gradient adding, yay. Okay, then merge your layer on that, by the way. What am I even doing? Oh, yeah, so for the mouth and eyebrows, you can do these on the same layer, but I'd recommend not, because you want the mouth to be under the shading. You want the eyebrows to be either under or over. I do teardrop-ish shapes for the mouth if it's closed. Otherwise, it can look a bit weird with the mouth open. Now, body shape adjustments. Yay. Make sure you're only, adjusting the body lightly. You don't want it to be too intense. That way, don't over-adjust it. So, good versus bad. You don't want to put it in too much, and you want it to just look slightly different. Especially if your character doesn't have a flat chest, and then the gacha has flat chest. Now, draw on anything extra that you need to do. So, for me, that was just adding on this thing. I don't know how to explain it. It was coming off of the shoulders, the made thing on the shoulders, so that's what I did for it. And then I struggled with it for a while. Try to get it as well matched up as you can. But if you can't, obviously I get that it might be hard. Nobody's gonna pay really close attention to like the smallest details on your editing, by the way. Yeah. So then now outlines. Get it to like match with the outline of the gacha as best as you can. So don't make it too thin, don't make it too thick. You can make it like a bit like thinner than the gacha outlines because that might help a bit, because if it's a smaller thing like what I have there, like you don't want it to be super noticeable on the outlines. Like it just wants to look as natural as you can get it. Okay. The silence. Okay. I don't know why I wasn't typing anything at this part. Okay, now lining up the markings for the breasts. I don't want to type it properly. Okay, so don't make them face forward. That's not how it naturally will lay. You want it to kind of like make it look more natural. And obviously you can do adjusting. That way it can kind of like fit the lines better. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say the words I did to fit the silence with the AI voice. Because originally it was an AI voice. And then I put in a music, and then the music got warped because I made it go slow too much. And then now I have to actually speak through it. Get a darker color that matches, and then do what I'm doing. Like, matches with the clothes. I think you just gotta, like, make it go a bit farther beneath the guidelines. You can see, I forgot to delete the guidelines. And then blur pen on full blur underneath, because that's where it's like a shadow. And then on the top, like, just make it look more natural. Just do a very plain low level blur. I was on like level 20, so you can do around level 20 for that. Remove guidelines. Yay. Yeah, the problem was I merged both of them, so yeah, don't do that. Then select the layer color. This part's fairly self-explanatory, so yeah. If you want, you can also add on collarbones if the collarbones will be visible on your character. So, yeah. Now, full body lighting. Yippee. Just so you can get an idea of where the lighting is. Take layer shades of all the parts and put them on the angles in which the light is coming from. Blur parts that need it, or just basically all parts. Some parts don't really need to be blurred, though. So, yeah. And just put it on, like, whichever spot the light's coming from. If it's coming from the bottom, put it on the bottom. If it's coming from the top, put it on the top, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so for the head, oh, wait, sorry, I was like, my grammar was killing me there. Just read the text at the bottom. Okay. Yeah, so those circular thingies, yeah. That's just to, like, get a bit of, like, where the light would be coming from. And then there's just me being indecisive on how I want to make it go. So basically, on this part, it's just where the lighting would be coming from, like, resting on the top of the nose and cheeks and stuff. That's kind of what it's doing there. And then, yeah, there's just me struggling. Because I believe I saw a video where they used the smudge and it looked good, and then, yeah. So then just, like, yeah, shade around the middle, but not in the middle. That way it has, like, a good kind of strength, but not. Yeah. And do just similar thing with the cheeks. Bam. See, doesn't that look good? And then just blur and add on all the parts of it then. And then, once again, we have the plain silence where I don't know what to say. Okay, now eye shading. Yippee. I love to shade eyes. Okay, let's take darker color of the eye and do this thing at the top. It's kind of just like shading the top of the eye. And then, yeah. I love how it's just so silent at this part. I was hoping that the music would cover it, but instead the music kind of just sounded warped. Isn't that amazing? Don't you guys love having warped audios? I actually, in one of my videos, there was, oh, dang it, I have to talk again. Use multiply and then, like, adjust to your own liking. I'm not allowed to yap. So sad. Okay. Which part am I on now? Oh, yeah. At this part, I actually had to look back into my old art and see what it was like. Oh, yeah. So you add, like, this lighting thing towards the top of the eyes. Yeah. I love how it just looks like I'm kind of tweaking out when I'm, like, just toying with the AI voices. Yeah. So then, just, like, use add on that part and just, yep. Okay, so then you outline the pupil. This is actually inspired by my old art style. I actually used to do gacha art with markup before. So yeah, you just outline the eye. You could put like a shape in the middle, but I was just failing to draw shapes, so I couldn't. Ain't that sad? I don't know why. I was also doing this on my phone. That's probably why. Because I edit, like, gacha. Anything I do with gacha is usually on my phone. But yeah. So move. I don't know what that said. I should just rename this. Me attempting to teach you guys stuff, except for I'm slow. So on the top of the eye, mix the OG black color and outline and use a dark color, red or brown work best on the inside to make eyelashes and like kind of do the same thing. That was purposeful, obnoxious breathing. That way, yeah. I'm not like the others. I can make like normal videos. I have to just be like idiotic the whole time. Yep, but this is basically you adding in the darker color. Because I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I don't know. I just find it cool in the eyes for some reason. So yeah. I also never gave the brush code in my old video. So like, oops. Okay, now do the thing for the eyelashes. You can, yep, just do the same exact thing you did with that, except for add on eyelashes now. So I don't even know what I was doing at this point. Okay, so now I'm just drawing on the eyebrows. Yippee. Eyebrows. The eyebrows, I use the same brush as the hair, by the way. And then close shading, I'm going to explain this all. Copy what you see the best that you possibly can. You can always also, like, pause the video and kind of see what I was doing. And then now you just gotta draw in the background. Make it fit the lighting the best that you can. So, like, where your lighting's coming from, make the shading be opposite of that direction. Bam. And then this is where I just, like, merge all the layers. Use the shade layer and, like, select its whole, like, part of it. And then, like, just gotta add on, like, this shine thing for the lighting to make the edit match with the background better. This is only if you're just doing, like, a plain edit. But it would also be helpful for if your character is going to be in like a certain setting. Yeah. So then, yep, this is me just like trying to find out how it looks and compare it. So, yep, just get it like all in the areas. Don't just make it an outline, make it where like in between the legs, like there'll be light there too. And like, yeah. I hope you get what I mean. So this part's once again optional, but you just basically do the opposite. You take a darker color and you make it in the inside of the character. You use multiply. Just put on like a decently light layer. Don't use add or anything. I was like, oh, how is add gonna look with it? Not good. Nope. Yeah. I've also been yapping for like 14 minutes straight. Yeah. And then just put that in a folder. I was just putting that in a folder so I could see how it looks with and without it. Yeah. So that's basically what the whole thing is. Finished art. Bam. I will give the brush code now. Yay.